Well, little warm-up dancers in the penalty loop there, with the final preparations having been done on the shooting range. The 0 time is now finished, and everybody getting their skis and their bodies ready for this aggressive start. So second day of racing, of course, sprints yesterday, men and women's, and hopefully we'll have a little chance to have a look at the review of the women's sprint. This is how it finished. Laura Dahlmeier, once again, a great start to her season. Putting it together as she can do so well. Fantastically on the shooting range. It was 5 out of 5 in the prone, followed by 5 out of 5 in the stand. Mäkäräinen put in the early times though, which Dahlmeier was chasing. She needed 5 out of 5 again in the stand. As usual, she produced, but she had 9.7 seconds to hold back on this amazing young star from France. And there, as you can see, Breza once again, but she did slow down on the final rotation of 2.5 kilometers. This gave Dahlmeier a lot of confidence, a lot of belief, and she slowly overhauled the time, passed it, and won by 3.5 seconds. Well, there's Laura Dahlmeier starts, 80 starts, statistics I should say, 9 wins, and 21 times on the podium. She is only 23 years old. What a bright future, and I do hope we see her a long time in biathlon. She did a hint last year that maybe there are other things in her life, but at the moment her winning ways maybe will keep her interest at World Cup level. Clear skies, sunny, no wind, perfect day for biathlon. It brings the spectators out, and plenty of them. We saw plenty yesterday, round the track and in the stadium, giving a fantastic atmosphere as usual in Pokljuka. There's the view down what will be the start lanes, and very shortly the athletes making their way once they take the warm-up gear off. So we'll be taking a very quick break, but catch up with you again for the start of the competition. Well, final preparation for the 60 best from yesterday, leading into the second pursuit competition of this season. And we've seen often many changes in the order in which the athletes start compared to the finish results, I should say, finish sheet. And we may see that again today, but I think Dahlmeier will be a very tough lady to beat. Justine Breza chasing her with bib number 2, 4 seconds behind, and Ulsbu 21 seconds behind. Kukalova, well, she finished 7th yesterday, some way to catch up, 39 seconds to pull back if she wants to overhaul Dahlmeier on the track and on the range today. Welcome to sunny Slovenia, and it's Pokljuka for the women's pursuit competition starting very, very soon. The temperatures are dropping slowly, -2, dropping down a little probably as the race goes on and as the sun drops down. Here's a look at the profile. Look at this high climb. It's a long climb from the start. Very fast descent as we go through the 3 undulations before the relatively simple and easy journey into the shooting range. They will be completing that journey 5 times with 4 shootings. 2 times in the prone position and 2 times in the stand. Penalty loops for each shot missed, and let's have a look at the start list. Dahlmeier, what a great season. She's leading out by 4 seconds to Breza. Olsbu 21 behind. Makarainen just in behind her at 23. Further down the list, Pokljuka going very well, shooting well, 56 seconds behind. Hojnish, 24 from Poland, 1:12. It's very, very tight with some 33 athletes starting within 1 minute of Dahlmeier's lead time, all the way back to position number 49, as we can see there. And Megan Tandy from Canada, and all the way back to Hugberg, who I've just received information will not be starting today. And there are a couple of others who pulled out as well. Jurkovic from Belarus, she starts bib 52, will not be starting. And Evie Tofalvi from, well, it says Italy here, she's from Romania, she's not starting either. So 3 athletes pulled out before the race gets underway. Well, spectators are quiet and looking forward, as I certainly am, I hope you are too, to this second pursuit competition of the season. Last weekend, it was a very tight competition. Kukalova moving up from position 3 to take the victory. Dahlmeier started 4th last week. She moved all the way up into 2nd position. And Dorothy Vera last weekend started bib number 19 and made it onto the podium. So anything is doable, anything is possible in the pursuit competition. All 60 athletes have checked the zeroing of their weapons to make it check the wind for today, the light for today, as Dahlmeier clips into her skis. Beside her is Breza. So young, so talented, 20 years of age, ready to go again for 3 consecutive days of racing. Marta Olsbu, she was quite surprised, in fact amazed at her performance yesterday. She didn't really think she'd be performing that well until after Christmas. It's been a great start. Makarainen focused, as always, 17 victories to her career. Can she add another one today? Hildebrand looking much, much better yesterday. The confidence has returned. What about returning? Bib number 6, Anastasia Kuzmina, Olympic champion in 2010 in the sprint competition. And she's back with a 6th position yesterday. Beside her is Gabi Kokalova, showing her strength once again on the tracks and on the shooting range. So all 60 women have been brought to the start positions. Just 4 lanes of traffic. It's going to be busy on the track with 2 minutes 25 separating all 60 biathletes, and we're ready to start here. It's Dahlmeier, will be chased very quickly and maybe hauled in very quickly by the young and talented Breza. She's got just those 4 seconds to pull back, and I think she might have a strategy to try and pull those precious seconds back rather quickly. We have to wait a further 21 seconds, so 1 second to go until the first of the Norwegians, Marta Olsbu, and then it's quite busy traffic with Makarainen, and then Hildebrand just starting out now. Hildebrand, 29-year-old, 0.201 last week she shot. She wants to shoot a little better today for a chance to make it onto the podium. Thick and fast, they're coming out of the gates now. Gusner shooting only 1 penalty yesterday. Dunkley from America, good luck to her. The 30-year-old looking very, very strong. Hauser, 22-year-old from Austria. She's in really good form at the start of this season. Pokljuka, Gasparin, and so it goes on. Dorana Bear starting a little further back down the field, having a poor performance yesterday. 1 minute to catch back. Can she do that? I don't think so. She may well be thinking that she can. 24, Hojnish, And off they go out onto the first of those 5 rotations of 2 kilometers. It's an impatient wait further back down the field. The athletes are looking at the clock, which only they can see. They're not allowed to jump the gun at all, of course, or they will be penalized by 30 seconds. Everybody holding the discipline, watching the time at which they are allotted to depart. Quite frustrating, quite demoralizing starting this far back down the field. But everybody will have their own personal challenges today, and positions and shooting scores in which they'll want to achieve. Out on the tracks at 700 meters, Dahlmeier, that lovely, smooth technique, compressing through the arms, good reach out through the legs, and so balanced on her skis. I thought Justine Breza would try quickly to close this down. She's playing the very patient game. And maybe her chat with her coach last night suggested that she went too fast yesterday around the first of the 3 laps. It was 2.5 kilometers yesterday, and it really did slow her down on the final lap, in which Dahlmeier skied so much faster, overhauling her 9.5 seconds and gaining a further 3. Kukalova, so composed as well. You always see that she's not overstressing on the track. Certainly in the first time around into the range, she always wants to produce a comfortable and clear score at first time into the range. Just seeing there, no time adjustments. That's, as I mentioned earlier, if should anyone jump the gun or jump the clock, they would have been penalized by 30 seconds. We just saw the face of Gerald Hönig, head coach for the Germans women team. He'll be watching the screen, and they're very happy that this quite difficult and technical part of the course was taken so easily by Dahlmeier. Well, Dahlmeier at the front of the pack, as we probably have expected, coming up to the 1.4 kilometer. Now it's an undulating journey from this point on into the shooting range. And a lot of the athletes will be thinking of slowing down from this point, just 600 meters into the shooting range, slowing down from this point a little into the range. Mäkäräinen, well, she started 23 behind. She's now 16.8 behind. Ulsbu, there she is on the right from Norway. She's 19 seconds behind. She started 21. So Dahlmeier's pace may be suggesting that Laura Dahlmeier is just keeping within her own control, keeping comfortable into the first shoot. As I mentioned, 4 times into the shooting range today, 2 times prone, then followed by 2 times in the standing, 20 shots fired, 1 penalty loop for each target that remains standing. This hill is deceptive. You've just come off a sharp little descent. Breza just double dancing, skate 2ing most of the way up, breaking into single dance, as the Norwegians call it, or skate 1, up over the top. And this descent allows some 23 to 26 seconds where you can at least get your breathing under control. And that's what Laura's doing right now, just hands on the knees, just filling her lungs with as much air as she can, keeping low in the tuck position so the glide is efficient and fast. To the far end of the range, lane number 1. They'll fill the range in from lanes 1 all the way down to lane 30. Breza, without a doubt, Dahlmeier aware that Breza is right on her case. Jean-Paul looking on tentatively, scoping for the French team. Well, Dahlmeier, before Breza even gets a shot off, she's fired all 5 shots. Often takes about 8 seconds to fire your 5 shots. She was bold, she was brave, and Breza has missed one. That opens the door wide for Mäkäräinen, Ulsbu, Hildebrand, Kukalova, Dunkley, many names there now with a hope of moving forward. Makarainen will do so. Dunkley, great job from the American. Hildebrand clear as well. Emonier missing 2. What is up with the French team? Breza missing 1. Emonier missing 2. Pushkashikova missing 1 there. What about Denise Herrmann? She's come over from the cross-country World Cup. Spent a year of learning how to shoot. And I must say, yesterday I was very impressed. She hit 80% of her targets yesterday. And she's hit 5 out of 5 first time in. 100% hit rate first time into the range. Further down, Ekhoff, she's former world champion, reigning world champion in the sprint competition. Ekhoff has missed 1. Zima, 1 more to go. That's 5 out of 5 for the Ukrainian. Nielsen, the Swedish team, for me, looking a lot stronger this season. And I think will believe in themselves as a quartet in tomorrow's relays. The first of the relay competitions tomorrow. Birkeland, her husband, doing so well in the men's race this morning. She's got 5 out of 5, inspired by that success, and success does breed success. Hashizaki, 2 out of 2, and so it goes on. You can see how many are unfortunately on their journey around the penalty loop. Dahlmeier ahead of Olsbu and now ahead of Makarainen. Well, just an opportunity to have a look at the athletes and the facial expressions after their shooting. Well, Ulsbu, she was looking mean, very mean there, but she hit 5 out of 5, moving up from 3rd into 2nd place. Makarainen from 4th into 3rd, Hildebrand from 5th into 4th, and that's all because Justine Breza, missed 1 target. Now she's 40 seconds behind. So out in the forest is Dahlmeier, Makarainen, Olsbu, and Dahlmeier just applying a little bit more pressure in terms of ski speed, so opening up a 2-second gap there on those who are chasing her, and it's basically the rest of the world chasing her. Susan Dunkley, she left the range. Let's just confirm at 28, she's now 31.9 seconds, so as are Makarainen and Olsbu, losing some 3 seconds from the range to this point. Well, out in the forest here in Pokljuka, and the chase really is very much on. Dahlmeier, here she is with 9 minutes 25 on the clock. Look at these beautiful, balanced downhill skills. Only 4 centimeters wide, these skis, and she made it look so easy. No effort through her legs, as relaxed as they can be to save energy. Gerald Hunig, as usual, very little expression. And I think he'll believe in his girl at the front today. Many more Germans, of course, Hildebrand going well in 4th position. Gusner, great job, she only missed 1 and she's in 9th position. And Denise Herrmann from 18th to 11th with her very strong skiing. And so far, so good on the shooting range. Now, Gabi Kukalova just looking there, 2nd position on the left as we look at it, left column of athletes. Now Kukalova won last week, she's in 3rd position now. She loves these pursuit competitions. Marta Ulsbu letting the traffic past, maybe just thinking about the 2nd shoot in the prone position, maybe just slowing down a little to take the pressure off, calm herself down before the shooting range. Breza, I do wonder what's going through her mind now. There will have been some negatives when she was, well, the first of only, the first actually in the top 9 to miss a target. The standard being so high in biathlon now, you just cannot afford to miss any targets. Certainly at the sharp end for Dahlmeier today, she could maybe get away with missing 1. She's always disappointed if she misses more than 1 in a 20-shot competition. such are her high expectations of her own ability, her own performance. And just the exact same routine as last time. Look at this wonderful long recovery. Elbows just above the knees, filling her lungs as much as she can to get the pulse rate down, to calm down a little, coming into the second shoot in the prone position. Rifle off, magazine in. Snow cover off the rear sight. She took the foresight off as she got down into position. 1, 2, 3 breaths. Another hit. Well, the race is open. Positions 2, 3, 4, and 5. Mäkäräinen, Kukalova, Will Believe, Ulsbu, and Hildebrand. 2 targets missed. Could you believe that? I certainly couldn't. The light has gone down. It may change the sights a little, but I'm so surprised that she wasn't able to account for that. Ulsbu, I thought she might have been slowing down to get better recovery. Kukalova missing 2 as well. What is going on? Kukalova, she won last week. I'm not sure she can win again this week. Already missing 3. Mäkäräinen, she'll believe that she can win now, because that's a sweet 10 out of 10. Dunkley puts America in podium position, I would say, by the time that she leaves the shooting range and makes her way back out onto the track. Well, the race has changed. Norway at the front, Germany, although a different German, in second place. Hildebrand with a perfect 10 out of 10. Justine Breza missing another target. That will be so disappointing. Well, Mäkäräinen, of course, out in third place. Dunkley in fourth. It's a good day for the American. And Dunkley starting in 11th position all the way up to fourth. It's a great day so far. Hauser continuing her run of wonderful results at the moment. Hauser started 12th and she's in 6th position. That's a good journey forward. Now, Guisdon, one of the older stateswomen women in the race today, missing her first, but hopefully nailing the next 4. She has. Hoynish, her teammate, doing the same. Ransom from Canada, great job to see those targets go down. Kuzmina, and maybe a little race rusty, went so well yesterday with a 6th position, but dropping down the rankings and will do further with that target missed. Well, so confirmation, it's Marta Ulsbu leading the way with Hildebrand second and Mäkäräinen from Finland in third position. Dahlmeier messing up on the range, missing 2 targets. Well, Kukalova, we saw her shooting there. I cannot think when she last missed 3 targets in the prone position. Same with Dahlmeier. Dahlmeier missing 2 targets in the prone position. It's not over for Dahlmeier, and she'll believe it's not over by any means at all. She's only 37 seconds behind, and her stand shooting is quite magnificent. So Dahlmeier still very much in the race, but she's 37 seconds behind instead of 17 seconds in the lead. Susan Dunkley just coming through now for 4th position, working her way up into the forest. It's getting dark slightly here at 3 o'clock in the woods, and the chase is on. Dahlmeier desperate to pull some of those 37 seconds back, but she's lost a further 3. Welcome back. I can tell you that Dahlmeier, she went out of the shooting range in 7th position. She's pulled a couple of positions back, but hasn't managed to pull many seconds back. In fact, she's lost 3 seconds on the lead time from Ulsbu. Look at this at the front. 3 chasing each other down this hill. Look at the tension as the tracks are becoming quite icy now around the most technical part of the track, and you can see the lack of snow, mostly machine-made snow. Very tricky corner that, especially as the race goes on. We're now on 16 minutes of racing at 5.4 kilometers. The good news for Norway, it's Olsbu, well, at the front I was going to say, but I think about to be passed by Makarainen. And Hildebrand there, looking for me very comfortable in third place. Now this is where Olsbu slowed down, allowed the traffic to pass her by the last time. Hey, and if it worked the last time, why not do it again this time? Good move. Olsbu with a strategy. I think she just prefers maybe not to lead into the range. Susan Dunkley, as usual, giving her absolute most on the track, working so hard out there. And fourth position, 100% hit rate so far. Let's hope that Dunkley can hold that statistic all the way through to the end. Dahlmeier, 37, she'd left the range. She dropped it down to 41. She's now back at 37, behind the lead times. Dorana Bear moving forward with stealth, 17th up to 10th position. Well, they're fighting and jostling for position. Now it's into the range again in 30 seconds time. And this time for the, well, I think slightly more difficult part of the race when you come to the stand shooting. Your legs have been worked so hard now for, what, 16 minutes? And it's in for the first of the two stand shoots. Well, 17, nearly 18 minutes on the clock. The first three, they don't have much of a gap back to Dunkley, then Dahlmeier chasing at 37 in a large group actually, with Hauser, Dorana Bear, Scardino, Breza, Gasparin, Vitkova, Zima, to mention a few who are chasing this lead group down. Well, Olsbu has come in first and she's missed the first. Olsbu, fast and furious. Now she has to go round that penalty loop as fast as she possibly can. Hildebrand, that's a surprise, missing her middle shot, the third shot. And Makarainen just taking her time. It hasn't paid off. The door now is wide open for Susan Dunkley, Dahlmeier, Dorana Bear, Hauser. Well, those three names, four names, can certainly move up the track. Well done, Susan Dunkley, taking the lead here, possibly the lead. Maybe just pushed into that first position, out of that first position, I should say, by Olsbu. But look at that, Olsbu, followed by Dunkley, 0.7 behind here in Pokljuka, the pursuit, second pursuit competition of the season. Olsbu, I think that strategy, if you're going to miss, why not miss fast? She shot fast, she missed one, but so did those who were with her, chasing down. Zima once again shooting clear. Denise Herrmann, the least experienced biathlete here. Yes, she's a fast skier. She's missed two, first time in the stand. Grigorin, you can hear the spectators shouting, cheering. They know that Grigorin shot 20 out of 20 last year in this race, and they're delighted that so far, so good. I think that's 15 out of 15. Now Birkeland lining up. Akimova, Kryuko, Kuzmina. Sixth yesterday with Kuzmina. It's not going as well today. Haki had a great start to her season, but less good today. Missing three for the talented young Swiss biathlete. So confirmations, standings after the third shoot. It is Olsbu, Dunkley at the sharp end, followed very closely by Lisa Theresa Hauser from Austria. Well, what a race developing it really is after 21 minutes here around the forest trails of Pokljuka. World Cup first coming here way back in 1992. I was racing then. It was an unusual, felt a very different location, but it's a wonderful location for World Cup racing. Very friendly place, lovely place for your cross-country skiing. And I think it's one of the favourite venues for the athletes. You get away from the tracks, going back down to Bled in the evenings. In fact, a chance to be in a town is lovely. Get away from biathlon, go out shopping if that's your thing. But have a look here on the tracks. We've got a pack at the front now. Hildebrand, Ulsbu, Dunkley, Makarainen, Hauser and Dahlmeier. All six pushing each other at the front of this race with one shoot to go. Biathlon each year just seems to be getting more and more exciting. What's going to happen? Who's going to fold up the front? Hildebrand, Dunkley, Makarainen, Hauser, Dahlmeier, Zima. Just a stream of very good names when it comes to biathlon. But who has got the nerve to hold the final 5 shots on the range? Hildebrand on the left as we look at the screen. Ulsbu on the right, leading each of the 2 columns of 3. And look who's back, Dahlmeier. She missed 2. It's rare that she misses 2 out of 5 in 5 shots in the prone, but she's back. She really wants this victory now after messing up first time in, and I wouldn't bet against her not winning this. Great skis for the German. She's got fantastic alpine skills. Look at the gain when you're good at downhilling. And I think that was a little nod of appreciation from Hunig. He just realizes that this lady in yellow, and I must say the yellow suits Dahlmeier, suits her in the sense that she's well and truly got the ability to hold onto it, I think, for quite some time. In fact, let me just have a look. She's on 217 points so far. That's why she's in yellow. Now, the next nearest challenger in the overall World Cup title is Kukalova with 168. Now, wonderful to see again how fast, how efficient Dahlmeier is on those difficult technical parts of this testing track in Pokljuka. Zima, Pushkarshchikova, Gasparin, Selina Gasparin. That's a great day for Gasparin. From 16th, moving a long way forward. Breza still in there at 15th. Hoynish, Glazrina for Russia. Well, that's Glazrina. I think that's first of the Russians, 17th position. I'll just confirm that after the... Yes, I think that is right. Glazrina, 14th position. Just looking further down, the best mover, well, we've got Zima from 28th to 8th, but further back we've got Vitkova from 30th to 12th. And Taya Grigorin, once again, like last year, she hit 20 out of 20. She's gone from 36th to 18th after that 3rd shoot. But this is the all-important 4th shoot. Normally we've got 1 or 2 coming in at the same time. We're privileged to have 6 of the best coming in for the last stand shoot in the pursuit 10 kilometers. 1 lap to go of 2 kilometers after this shoot. 5 targets to go. Ulsbu, once again, the fast strategy. If you're going to miss fast. She missed the 2nd. Dunkley, what a pity, the first shot she's missed today. Dahlmeier, so steady, so determined. She wants another victory. And I think she's got it. 5 out of 5 for Dahlmeier. What an athlete. She knocked herself right down to 9th place after the first shoot. And Makarainen had a wonderful chance there to challenge for the victory, but she missed her last shot. Hit the first 19 and missed the 20th. Zima, well, hit the first 15. She's missed 2 out of 5. As we often see, the pressure builds. Pushkarshchikova from the Czech Republic. Now that's a great day for her. We saw it going very well yesterday. In 8th position, she'll certainly be moving forward. Well, there she is, 4th position. Well, Dahlmeier, Dunkley, Hauser, Pushkarshchikova and Ulsbu chasing their way around. Well, the main fight is for second position because Dahlmeier has a lead of 22 seconds. And we've got a huge pack there, all fighting for second position. And there's Taya Grigorin, missing 2. I could feel the sigh from the spectators all around this beautiful range here as that happened. There's the confirmation. Dahlmeier, Dunkley, Susan Dunkley, the American, in second position, and Laura Dahlmeier leading the way. Well, what a race, and how it changed. 6 came in to shoot the last time in, and there's one lady standing who did not go around the penalty loop. The rest, the pressure was too much, the exhaustion was too much, the fatigue in the legs was too much, or were too much. And one lady, above all the rest, held her nerve. And you could say, well, if you're going to miss in this race, miss early. It was the second time in that she missed, 2 out of 5 in the prone shooting. And you just sensed that she wasn't going to miss again, and that is the case. Chasing, so in the far background we'll see the chase is on. So many big names in the chasing pack. I think Duran Aber has a chance of getting into the mix there for the podium. So the fight is on. But lovely to see Dahlmeier just dancing her way up the hill. Well, the chase is on. That looks to me like it's Mäkäräinen already. She went out after the range. She was out in 7th. She's now in 2nd. Oh, to have fast ski legs. And that's Pushkarshikova chasing for the podium. She would love to get a podium here if she can keep the pressure, if she can manage to stay with Mäkäräinen. She may just achieve that. Duran Aber is on her case. Chased by Hauser, Hildebrand in there as well. Susan Dunkley, what a pity, losing some pace over the final part of this race. She went out in 2nd position after the final shoot. And there's the coaches. Well, you need to know what's happening. You need some support on the track. And there's Marte Ulsbu just attacking the final climb, but she was in 5th after the final shoot. She's dropping back some way from that position. Dahlmeier's exceptional skills of confidence, of balance, of bravery on these corners. Very difficult when you're doing 60, 65 kilometers an hour. You spin to the left. You can look at the way you have to put your arms out to assist with your low center of gravity. It's better to keep a low center of gravity. And they're very icy corners. So it's still Mäkäräinen chasing in 2nd place. And does Mäkäräinen believe she can close this gap? Surely not. But she's trying. Mäkäräinen attacking, chopping away her way up behind Dahlmeier. Maybe she's not just going for the victory. She's trying to secure her 2nd position. I think that's Rybar running alongside Pushkarshikova. But Mäkäräinen doing the damage. That's why she was attacking so much. And this looks like Duran Aber with belief that she can close down from 17th back up onto the podium. And that is the spirit of Duran Aber. Always believing that it's not over until you cross the line. She will keep on fighting until both her skis cross that line. Dahlmeier, I was going to say, just has to remain balanced on her skis, but she is one of the best at doing that. Well, the fight very much is on for 3rd place. Pushkarshikova desperately trying to hold on to that. Duran Aber just 2 seconds off the podium at the moment. As we come into the final couple of 100 meters, it'll be another victory. This will be her 3rd first position. She's got a 2nd position. She's got a 4th position. She's having a fantastic start to this new season, energized, confident, and another victory for Laura Dahlmeier. Great job of discipline, of holding her nerve, especially the first time, the last time, I should say, into the shooting range. Well, Mäkäräinen, that was a wonderful ski on the last loop, and the fight is on for 3rd place behind her. Pushkarshikova desperately trying to take the 3rd place. Well done. Czech Republic in 3rd place. So first Dahlmeier, Mäkäräinen 2nd, Pushkarshikova 3rd. Durana Bear tried, but didn't quite make it. And what a great comeback from Dunkley. Fifth position, out on the track, she dropped to 7th, now back to 5th. Hauser, Breza, well, she lost her way at some points in the race on the shooting range, but another big experience for Breza. And there we have Hildebrand in 8th position. Ulsbu taking 9th. Well, you've every reason to be happy on the podium here in Pokljuka. Well, all the athletes know each other so well. It's a small sport, really, biathlon, and on the World Cup venue, you're around the same people all the time. As we pick up on Gasparin, Selina Gasparin coming through. Zima, Glazrina, Vishnevskaya, Hoynish, Vidkova, Skardino. So coming thick and fast now across the line. And Dorothy Vera, well, she told her coaches last week that she would go from 20th to the podium, and she achieved that. She said it as a joke, but she wasn't able to do it this year. She's gone from, this time I should say, she's gone from 21st to 19th. And what a difference shooting makes. Vitozzi just behind Herman with Nielsen. I think that's a pleasing performance from the Swede. And all on the back of good shooting. Kuzmina just coming across there, 2 minutes behind, so from 6th, dropping all the way down to 31st. But I think she'll take the positives from the 6th position yesterday. Well, it's very short recovery time now. It's the relays tomorrow, and that is the first of this season's relays, which will be quite fantastic with the level of biathlon we've seen so far up in Sweden and now down in Slovenia. So I'm very much looking forward to that. Tomorrow morning, the men and the women. Yes, 11:30 local time, the men, and 2:30 local time, the women. So hope you'll join us for that as they keep piling across. Look how close biathlon is now in the women's field. We'd see quite large gaps, but only 2:44, 2:45 down to Bichon in 40th position. Tashizaki, nice to see other nations in the mix and becoming stronger all the time. And I must say, British athletes, Amanda Lightfoot just missing out on today's start, but I hope we'll see her back strong again. Well, the final stages here in Slovenia, Pokljuka, the venue for the pursuit competition. 3 days of racing, of course. It was the sprint yesterday, pursuit today, and the relays tomorrow. And confirmation, just looking at the top 10 positions as we're looking further down at Frolina racing for Korea. Now, Frolina used to race for Russia. She was 4th at the Olympics in Vancouver in the sprint competition, 6th in the pursuit then. So her form has been lost somewhat, but she's back and clearly racing for Korea. She'll be hoping for the medal-winning form again. Rosanna Crawford dancing across the finish line, 49th position. Bendika, Haki and then Bendika just in behind her. All the athletes sharing notes. What did you shoot? Well, 1-1-1-1. And some will be happy, some won't. I expected 3 or 4 people to shoot the perfect score. Glazrina has for Russia. Vishnevskaya has for the Ukraine. And Belarus, Kryoko has shot the best potential score as well. Akimova, another, and Nielsen as well. So some 5-6 athletes shooting the perfect score. Take our final break as the athletes in the latter stages come across the line in Pokljuka. Well, the sun goes down in the shooting stadium. The athletes across the line will be organizing themselves If your name is Dalmayer, Makarainen, Pushkarshikova, it'll be quite busy now over the next couple of hours with press interviews and many other commitments you have at the end of the race. Well, there's confirmation. Dalmayer, Makarainen, Pushkarshikova, Durana Bear, Dunkley, Hauser, Breza, Hildebrand, Olsbu and Gasparin.